Hi, so today in this video we're going to be covering chapter 3.5.3, which is factoring trinomials with the AC method. Now, there are going to be a lot of concepts in this video that I covered in the previous video. It's also going to be frustrating kind of because a lot of it is, if you know the method, it's fairly straightforward. However, there are still parts that are like frustrating, and I'll get into that in just a moment. I actually don't want to prime you. It's not that bad. So if you're feeling kind of lost by some of the things that we're doing, you probably maybe have missed the previous video where we talked about some of the other methods of factoring. However, today we're just going to be talking about the AC method. And that's basically, if you remember, standard form of a trinomial is ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, for the AC method, we're taking our a and our c and we're multiplying together. So 30 times 40 is 1200. And we want to find some things that multiply up together, that multiply to 12,000, but add up to, in this case, negative 73. I will not lie, I spent a good, probably 8 minutes or something trying to figure out which ones worked. That's what I mean by frustrating. A lot of times it's trial. There's no easy way to figure out what are the factors that will multiply to this and sum to that. You basically just have to brute force it. So what I recommend doing is starting small. So 2 and 600. But you kind of want a sweet spot in the middle that will give you the 73. In this case, 73 is sweet spot in the middle. Sometimes it'll be something crazy, and you'll know it'll be something like 602, 602 that you're trying to add together. In our case, I will save you the grief. I went all the way up, and it's 25 and 48. And they're both going to be negative because the negative times the negative is a positive. And to add it together, they will be negative 73. Now, we will, this part's the tricky part. So we have 30x squared, but we replace this with our negative 25x minus 48x. Now, this is exactly the same as negative 73x, right? We just are switching the terms. We're just splitting it apart. It looks different, but it's exactly the same. So we have negative 25x and negative 48, negative 48x plus 40. And we'll do this. And now it's basically factoring by grouping. Now we have our groups that we're going to factor, and we'll take out a 5x from this. So we'll have 5x, we'll have 6x minus 5. And then we want the inside of this one to be exactly the same. That's supposed to be 48. I'm like, well, that's not going to turn out exactly the same. I was about to cry. No, it's okay. So I'm going to take out a negative 8 from here, because 8 goes into both, and that will give me a positive 6x minus 5. And so now that we have two that are exactly the same in the middle, we can combine them. So we have 6x minus 5, and we have 5x minus 8. And that's our answer. Now, this one, same idea. A times c is 6 times negative 4, which is going to be negative 24. These are easier than the 12,000 ones that have a billion different factors. We want them to add up to negative 5. So what are some factors of 24? We have 2 and 12. Those aren't going to give you 5. We have 4 and 6. Those are not going to give you 5. We have 3 and 8. This looks like our ticket. And we want negative 8. Negative 8 times a positive 3 is going to give you negative 24, but adding them together will give you negative 5. So now we have 6y squared minus 3y plus 3y minus 8y minus 4. And this is exactly the same as our middle term. We just are making it look a little different. Now we can factor by grouping. So we can take out a 3y here. That leaves us with 2y plus 1. And we can take out a negative 4 here. So negative 4. Now we have positive 2y minus 1, plus 1, I mean, sorry. And then we have 3y minus 4 for one of ours, and then whatever's in this parentheses that are matching. And 2y plus 1, and that's your answer for this one. Write it in factored form. So this one, exactly the same. One thing to note, and it hasn't come up in any of these problems, is to try and factor out the greatest common factor first. A lot of times it will make your life easier, as well as make the answer more correct. When you factor out the greatest common factor, it's not applicable in this situation, but I just wanted to give you that reminder. So 21 times 5 is, let me pull that up, 21 times 5, that's going to be 105. What is, so we know that 21 and 5 are factors there. What are some other factors? 105 divided by, let's try 15. Hold on. 15 and 7. That looks like our money shot, our big ticket. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And we are both going to be positive. So we have 21 u, and it's a u in this case, u squared plus 15 u plus 7 u plus 5. And that looks like a y, but we're just going to leave it. So then we can factor out a 3 from this one, 3u. So 3u is equal to 7u plus 5. And then this one is already 7u plus 5. But remember, you just want a 1. You want to make sure that you have something there, because it's still going to be, you need that for your second part. There is a 1 there. So you can do 3u plus 1, even though it didn't change anything inside here. And then 7y, well, I guess it's a u. I even confused myself, plus 5. And that would be your answer for this one. Now this one, write the function in factor form. Same idea. 16 times 5 is 80. What can multiply to 80 that will give you 20, add up to 24? And my guess is 20 and 4. So now we have 16x squared plus 20x plus 4x plus 5. Now we can separate these, group these. Now we can take out a 4 from here, which will leave us, it's a 4x, which will leave us with a 4x plus 5. And we need to still take out a 1, because remember we got to keep that 1 there. So 4x plus 5. And the factored form would be 4x plus 1. I missed it. And then plus, and then 4x plus 5. And they're multiplied still. Again, you can check to see if your answer is correct by multiplying them out. I recommend doing that on tests, probably not homework. Okay, last two questions. So we have this one. We'll do the AC method. Well, first, actually, one thing I can notice is that we can actually grab a GCF from this. They are all divisible by 2, and they all are divisible by x to the 5th. So 2x, and we want a positive leading coefficient, so we'll take out a negative 2x to the 5th. That will leave us with an x squared plus 16x, and it'd be minus because we're multiplying by a negative. So minus 16x, and then plus 60. Yeah, plus 60. And now we can do either the AC method, the method that we discussed in the previous video, any method that will work for you, whichever method you prefer. All we got to remember is we need this negative 2x to the 5th to stay in front because it's multiplying. So I will do the AC method since that's what we're doing in this video. 60, probably going to be 10 and 6. And they're going to be negative, both negative, because a negative times a negative is a positive, and negative 10 minus 6 is negative 16. So we'll do x squared, and minus 10x, minus 6x plus 60. Group it. Now we can take out an x, so we have x minus 10, and we can take out a negative 6, which gives us x minus 10, which leaves us with x minus 10 and x minus 6. And don't forget that negative 2x to the 5th. That would be your answer. Write in factored form. Last problem. We have 196x to the 6th plus 56x to the 5th minus 96x to the 4th. Now, I feel like all of these are probably divisible by 9. No, actually, maybe not. I'm going to find the greatest common factor really quick. Okay, it looks like 4x to the fourth is our greatest common factor here. So we're left with 49x squared plus 14x plus 24, which is inconvenient because now we know that our number is going to be really big, really crazy. So 49 times 24. It grows. It's going to be 1176. That's a bummer, but it'll be okay. We know that 49 and 24 work together. Just for kicks and giggles. Well, no, that's not going to work. And hold on, let me make sure. This should be a minus 24. That actually makes things a little bit easier for us. What is 49 minus 24? 25, not 14, unfortunately. So 1176 divide by, I'm going to divide by 2. 2 and 5, 88. Divide by 5, 6 and 196. We're still too big. Divide by 24. 24, oh wait, we already had that. My bad. 26, nope. 28. 28 and 42. What is 42 minus 28? 14. Oh, that's our winner, chicken dinner. We kind of got lucky there. And we want it to be positive 14, so we'll do negative 28. Let me make sure that this is still correct. Yes. Okay. So we keep our 4x to the fourth, but we don't really need to worry about that in the meantime. So we have 49x squared minus 28x plus 42x minus 24x. Now we can take out a 7x from here. 7x. That will give us 7x minus 4. And then we probably can take out something with a 7 here. Not a 7, sorry. 42. We could probably take out a 6. So yeah, a 6 will work. So a 6. And that will give us 7x minus 4. And yeah, we're getting there. 7x plus 6. And then 7x minus 4. Okay, we did it. So 7x plus 6. 7x minus 4. Remember, you still want to keep that 4x to the fourth, or else our answer is not complete. The value would be different. But this would be our answer. Yeah, okay. It's kind of a heavy unit. If you have any questions, I know I kind of zoomed past those. But if you have any questions, please let me know, and I can make more in-depth videos going through a problem, explaining every single step, if you prefer for me to do that. Just like totally ask. I'm totally fine to do that. Yeah, have a good one.